Okay, when the bell opened, things reversed. That was to be expected in a way, because pre-market, everything had dropped down and swept those red lines, which are the previous day's levels. We had 2 days in the last 2 days, and during the pre-market, the market just came right down and swept those levels. Okay, and then when the bell opened, it started to turn around immediately. So, I really, really had I really wanted right here. I really wanted that to get in right down here. And I did not, no, that is where I got in actually. I'm sorry. I did get in right here and it went all the way up here, 165 points. 165 points. But I ended up taking 3 trades, 1, 2, 3 circles there, 3 positive winners. And I wanted to get in down here when that red bar was ignored after the trend line break, but it went too fast and I ended up jumping in right here. Okay. Now, like I said, if I would have held that first one, I would have made twice as much as these 3 winners gave me. Twice as much if I would have just held it. Now, if I would have held it and my idea was to keep holding, I would be giving a bunch of it back right now. So 180, maybe I'd end up with 180 anyway in the big picture. Maybe this thing comes all the way back down and I break even. But I got 180. It did go up when I got out of my third trade up here. When I got out at that point, I would have made twice as much if I would have got out at that point up there. What would be the value in getting out up at that high? If we look at the 15-minute chart, we see price had gone basically up into resistance. Same thing with the 5-minute. This is a great bullish move though. We can look for pullbacks into the 50% pullback and into this pivot level, into yesterday's close. It's at yesterday's close right now. So, the thing is, what do I want to do here? And that's a good question. I could take a trade. I could try to take a trade right here. But the trade would not be conducive to my strategy, which if you look at the exponential charts here, now it's reversed down. See, taking a trade at the level when everything's going up, like right there, everything's going up, and you take a bounce off of yesterday's close while everything's trending up, that's good. But taking a bounce off of it now while everything's trending down on both my exponential charts, the higher and the lower, it could work, it might work, but to me, it's not as high a probability. So I don't want to do it. Could it work? Yeah, it could work, right? It could. But my system involves synchronizing time frames and getting what I would call a higher probability. So I don't want to take that trade because it goes against everything I've been teaching and learning and getting better at. So we're going to continue to watch it develop here. I might be able to get everything. So right now, see how price is starting to go back over the moving averages. It was, and it did close above everything on that candle right there. And if it continues to hold, if it continues to hold and develop upward, then I want to look for some trend line breaks. But it could be a head fake. So let's put this video on pause and see what happens. Okay, I'm done. Done for the day. I noticed, the 15-minute chart here is basically just sideways. So I don't know if I want to try to get a breakout here unless it gets over the top of that pivot and over the top of that trend line. If it were to develop over the top in this area here and show consolidation at the higher level, if it were to show consolidation, that's possible to get a trade. And there's always the possibility that it's going to keep trending. But I think I don't want to give anything back. So I think I'm going to stop trading for the rest of the day. See you on the next video. Peace.